This episode of the Restoration Today podcast is brought to you by Liftify and Prism Specialties. Prism Specialties proudly provides a robust range of specialty restoration services to those affected by a disaster and other unforeseen damages. Whether it's residential or commercial, Prism Specialties delivers effective restoration solutions to help contractors, adjusters, and the insured, with expertise in restoring electronics, art, documents, and textiles. This includes items like kitchen appliances, computers, works on paper, sculptures, leather goods, shoes, industrial machinery, and more. What many companies don't specialize in or may consider a total loss, Prism can restore. To learn more, visit prismspecialties.com. This episode is also brought to you by Liftify. What would happen if your company showed up at the top of Google every time someone was looking for a restoration company in your area? Your business would grow dramatically. Driving more online reviews is the best way to show up on Google and get more leads. Our partners at Liftify make it simple and easy for you to get more reviews from your customers than you ever thought possible. Visit liftify.com to learn more and schedule a demo. Hey there, thanks for checking out this quick bonus episode of the Restoration Today podcast. I love helping people share about their fun and unique events that are going on in the restoration industry. Every once in a while, there are these fun, different ways to learn and get involved and network. And Barb Jackson has one of those amazing events coming up. I've already looked at my calendar and it sounds amazing. So Barb is with Total Contentz. She is the queen of Contentz, knows everything that has to do with Contentz restoration and works with restoration companies around the country to help establish your Contentz restoration system, what your entire setup looks like, all of that. Just a wealth of knowledge and also really fun stories on restoring things like having to clean by hand coins in a bank vault. That just, I still can't wrap my head around that story. So I'm excited to have Barb with me. She's going to talk about an event that she has coming up May 23rd through 27th at the Covered S Ranch. And so, Barb, I'm going to toss it over to you. Share a little bit about yourself and about Total Contentz, and then we'll kind of dive into the event a little bit.
Well, I'm Barb with Total Contentz, and I started in the restoration industry about 30 years ago. So I saw a need for contractors to be able to do pack outs successfully without losing their shirt. So I developed my own forms and systems, and have been sharing those with the industry for about 25 years. I love the industry still, love contents, processing, and I really get a kick out of seeing my clients latch on to Contentz, because I was just talking to a guy on LinkedIn today, and I asked him how his Contentz division is doing, and he says, "Oh my gosh, I don't have one. I don't want one." And, not in his future. And so I understand that. So when someone really is into Contentz, I really want to help them make it a success, because there are liabilities and pitfalls, and, so many of you know that I teach a lot of 2-day workshops. And so, I deal with a lot of owners and managers. And so those are the guys that I think this event is going to be really great for.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay. All right. So Covered S Ranch, it's in Texas. So talk about the event overall. What is the purpose of the event as a whole?
As a whole, it's for owners and managers only. And it's going to be a very immersive type of event. The arrival is going to be on Tuesday, May 23rd. And so there's going to be refreshments and then dinner and a chance to network that first evening at the ranch. And then the next 3 days will be partial training, and then we'll have free time. And then Saturday will be a day, like a morning of relaxation before everybody checks out. So the reason I came up with this event is I have worked with my client, Chet Ferries from Carpet Tech in Lubbock, Texas. And he hired me to do his facility design. And he's building two 11,000 square foot buildings side by side. And he has a huge business already with 6 locations all through Texas. And, everything in Texas is big. And he lives up
Yes.
to it with his companies, you
Yep.
know. He has several different companies, which are pretty amazing in themselves. But we helped him design his facility. His goal is to have it ready this summer. And in the meantime, I'm finding out that he has a ranch, a cattle ranch. And I looked into his website, and his Instagram page is amazing. So he has his roping events and his cattle raising. He actually just started to sell the beef from his ranch. He has so much going on. The hacienda on the property is an event venue,
Okay.
and it's gorgeous. I've watched Yellowstone, the show, a few times, and
Yep.
so the hacienda is really similar to that. So the event is going to be just at the ranch. We don't even have to leave. He's got this amazing chef named Ed who is going to be making all the breakfast, lunch, dinners the whole time. So he's going to be serving drinks, and it's just a place where owners and managers can learn from each other. We're going to have topics every day, but then we have free time each day. And then the evenings too, where they can roam the ranch or, sit in hacienda out in the courtyard. So it's just really immersive time for the owners and managers to just get away from it all and network with their peers and really think about ways to grow their Contentz division and what's their next step, what's their next growth step.
Is this a good fit for people who don't have a Contentz division then yet as well? Because it sounds like maybe it'll be a mix of some people that do have maybe robust Contentz divisions now. And I think, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, are you seeing a trend in the industry of more companies starting a Contentz division because they do see the ability to be profitable there and help clients more and save the carrier money, all of that?
Yeah, and the interesting thing, like for water damage companies or existing restoration companies that don't really have a division for Contentz processing, they have low hanging fruit.
Mhm.
If they're doing water damage jobs, so many of them actually could include a small pack out, which means off-site storage and possibly limited cleaning. With full service restoration companies, I like to ask them, like, how much have you subcontracted pack outs in the last year or two? Even with soft contents processing, soft goods, textiles, how much have they subbed out? Because a lot of that can be brought in-house without even having to do any new marketing. So I really challenge restoration contractors to look at, what can they take advantage of right now. So the profit margins are good.
Mhm.
But training and setting up the facility properly is crucial to make the profit margins. So you can make a lot of mistakes by not being prepared for a pack out and not having the right setup to process and store properly.
So it's kind of a teaser for the kind of stuff people might learn or glean from people who are going to be there. What is a big mistake that you see in Contentz divisions or content setup?
Um, Not having like a true Contentz manager assigned and where they're looking at the job, pricing the job, creating the scope of work to be done, having the relationship with the adjuster, with the homeowner, and then making sure the crew is getting it produced on time.
Mhm. What kind of innovations? I'm going off track here a little bit, but I'll get us back on. But what kind of innovations are you seeing in the technology space when it comes to Contentz and doing pack outs and tracking everything, creating invoices, keeping everything organized? That is such an important, obviously, key part of the Contentz puzzle. What are you seeing in that space?
Um, the inventory softwares are great. Just keeping things simple but organized. And then the 360-degree type video.
Yep.
That's priceless because they have the really accurate documentation of when they start the job. And it's good enough. Like I can actually write an estimate virtually by walking through the 360-degree videos,
Yep.
and then they have that permanent documentation. And then from there, using their inventory software to take beginning of the day photos or videos, and then end of the day, because we want to document like the conditions when we arrived and then how we left the property too.
Okay. All right. Going back to the ranch. So, what I know that the day is divided up between maybe some learning in the morning, then free time in the afternoon. So, what do you hope is one thing that people will walk away from this event with?
Really good information from their peers. That other owners that are not their competition, where they can just talk freely, ask each other questions, be vulnerable, be honest, and get that information of like, what are your profit margins? What are those pitfalls? What can I do now to avoid them? So whether you're already doing content like high volume, there's still like little nuggets that you can learn that would make you more profitable or save you more headaches in the future. If you're just, you're thinking that you want to get into Contentz, this is a great way, just to talk to other owners and find out, do I really want to do this? And I like to scare the bejeebies out of contractors thinking they want to get into it, and like just be brutally honest with them that yeah, there are pitfalls, but there's ways to avoid them too. Having things set up properly from the start rather than trying to like fake your way through it for a year or two and losing money, where you could just come out of the gate being profitable. One of the main ways of doing that is writing your estimate and scope properly from the beginning, because you don't want adjusters to see your lower pricing or incomplete scopes of work or incomplete estimates. We want to come out strong and accurate.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Excuse me. So for people who are interested, you can go to Total Contentz with a Z, totalcontentz.com/workshop-Texas, or go to totalcontentz.com. I'm sure you can navigate to it from there. There's information on pricing, how to register, the entire schedule, what the rooms look like, what the ranch looks like, all the fun things that there are to do. Sounds like you should also check out his Instagram page. So that it's the Covered S Ranch in Texas. So you can check that out. Barb, before we wrap it up, anything else you want to share about the event? And I think we also need a content story. I can't do a podcast with you without some kind of fun story. So,
okay. One thing I'll say about the event is that the first 5 who register are going to get a free helicopter tour of the entire property, 23,000 acre ranch. So 5 members will be able to go up in the helicopter with Chet and get that tour. And, that's a huge savings, and, that's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah. Not everybody's going to be able to do that. And I think, a cool story would be the job that I helped Chet with this past last summer. And it was a 20,000 square foot house that had a lightning strike. And it's a 3-year-old house. And these newer homes have this blown in insulation in the roof. And so when the lightning struck, it created this awful soot through the entire house. Oh. So the home has, it's just gorgeous, but it has a pool, and then it has a half of a football field under roof, because football is huge.
Texas, everything's bigger in Texas. The
yes.
House, football field under a roof. Okay, all right.
The football field was fine, but it was just crazy to see the amount of damage from the lightning strike.
That's amazing. Everything is bigger in Texas,
yeah.
So I'm trying to imagine a house like that. That's fabulous. All right. Well, Barb, thank you so much. Best of luck at the event. It looks amazing. So, and everybody who's there, enjoy.
For more Restoration Today and the latest news, Visit our website, cnrmagazine.com, and find the latest episodes of the Restoration Today podcast on your favorite podcasting platform.